everybody, and welcome back to Audiotree Live. My name is Rita Lukea. Today's date is Thursday, June 8th, 2023. We have an amazing show for you today in the studio. We have Lies from Brooklyn, New York, and Chicago, respectively. The session you're about to hear is available right now through your favorite streaming platform, through the Audiotree artist profile. So please follow us over there, and please subscribe to us here on YouTube as well. We really want you to be able to keep up with all of the new and exciting talent we discover just for you. Just like this band, Lies, who's about to teach you something if you're ready to learn. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and take it away, guys.
Staring back at me, more demure than I'm for sure. You are from afar, a saint to love me, blemishes and all. Blemishes and all. I've been looking so long at these pixels of you. I don't know what to do. I'm a student of grossest anatomy of an archaic love. There are two bodies, blemishes and all. Blemishes and all. You're in my head, I'm in your mood. I refuse to leave this bed without a parachute. Unless every obsession and every dark confession, every mirrored reflection in the street reminds you of me. If those eyes never move, I don't know what I'll do. I've been looking so long. These pixels of you, I don't know what to do. I'm a student of closest anatomy of an archaic love. Where are two bodies been? Blemishes and all. Blemishes and all. You've been human all over the world. A veiled mistress in Paris and a whore in New York. Mistakes were made along the way, but they won't define you. There's no shame in anything. You're alive. It's all right. You've been a villain and weathered the storm. Made a widow in Kyoto, quite the scene, Singapore. And on your grave we'll say, there's no shame in anything. You're alive. It's all right. There's no shame in anything. You're alive. It's all right. There's no shame in anything. You're alive. It's all right. There's no shame in anything. You're alive. It's all right.
We're here with Lies. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Audiotree studio.
Hi.
Hello.
Peripherally, I looked over and I thought Nate had his shirt off.
Has that happened?
It has happened, actually.
Oh.
There was a drummer I interviewed a little while ago who took off all of his clothes during the set. It was erotic.
Yeah.
And not a sexual way, though. Just it was like
Are
it was
you
like
gonna
ew.
pretend you haven't done this and gotten arrested for it?
I've got stories. We don't have to get into it, but
I mean, I would like to. Okay, you guys, let's focus here. We're here to talk about the music,
okay, sorry.
not Nate's beautiful naked body. So, will you tell me a little bit about Lies and what prompted you guys to start this project?
I guess musically it started. We were trying to write songs for another band remotely during COVID. And I think the process maybe didn't register or wasn't as fun for everybody. And me and Nate kind of are on the same level. Like, I think I'd prefer to have band practice by myself, and maybe Nate would too. Spend our own time, waste our own time, whatever, and then sort of get together and compare later. And I think I think between COVID sort of changing everybody's life and the long distance and everything, and maybe just like the creative output process. Yeah, I don't know. So it was whatever was going to be another band. We just decided, well, we don't want to waste these things if that's not going to happen, so we're going to call it something else.
So did it not really fit the other projects?
I don't even know if that's true. I think maybe at the time it definitely took off in a different direction once it was obviously its own thing. We were able to just as we say, like lean into it. Like, oh, if there's no parameters of like what people expect. If there's no expectations, it could be anything.
Yeah.
And so, Nate started throwing kazoo tracks in and stuff.
But sometimes you need that.
I know.
I didn't know I needed it until it was there and I needed it. But maybe at the time, I think it could have fit in either world, right? I don't know.
I'm curious, in a parallel universe,
Yeah.
we finished it in the other band, and who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that either way, I'm glad that, we've actually finished stuff. Finishing things is not easy.
There's a saying that they say this in the music industry. It's something is better finished than good. Thoughts?
Yeah. Oh, what's the other one? I think that's a good one. No, that's a good one. What's the other one? Art isn't finished, it's abandoned. I think that's true
cool.
also.
Those are applicable
Yeah.
to art.
Yeah, just
Just fucking do it, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I also had friends, so I also have had friends tell me to do it, to just finish.
Yeah.
And then I've like pushed back and spent like 5 years on things
Yeah.
until like I'm like 100% good with it, and I stand by that decision too. So it really depends on the person.
Well, this record that you guys did, there's so much going on. It's not like a punk record or like a basic record where there's like a few tracks or a few instruments that you're tracking and you're like, oh, sounds good, we can release it. Like there's a lot going on.
There's not a lot of sort of like happy accidents. It was all kind of maybe sonically there's like some sounds that were like we can repurpose this, but like it was all
intentional.
A lot of stuff intentional, maybe. Yeah.
In terms of that, listening to all the different instruments on the record and like the grand piano and the violin and the synths coming in, like, there's no happy accidents when it's a literal like orchestra at times, like in these songs. And also just thinking about how you guys are not in the same city. So like that idea of like jamming and improvising and like, oh my God, this thing happened. Like that doesn't really exist.
Yeah, that's true. I guess maybe the process lent it to not being sort of like off the cuff in many ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, so this project is different because there are a lot of electronic elements, which
Right.
to me sort of like there's and when you just have a synthesizer going, it can sound kind of lifeless because it is coming just from a computer when it's on the grid and it's just kind of doing something. So I did we talked about this and intentionally put in a bunch of other organic things
Right.
that were to balance that out and have like the off the cuff a nature to them or to the performances that were so like we weren't in a room finding things together. We did maybe once we did that or something.
We were in rooms together sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember. That was me.
Which was rare during COVID or whatever. But yeah, no, we thought about that. So yeah.
I guess if I'm hearing you correct, and I was there, even the things that sound like they're off the cuff weren't off. Like even that was sort of like, we need something real to happen here.
Yeah.
What is it going to be? And then we would,
that's
scroll
so funny.
Through real stuff.
You were like reverse engineered
right.
an organic.
Hey guys, something natural and organic is going to happen right here.
Right,
It'd be the worst date ever, but it was. It was fun. I mean, I think there's something that we get along with where I don't know. I'm not great at improv. I'm not good at. I don't trust myself in an interview to not say dumb stuff.
How do you guys? So how did that happen? Like recording the music, composing the music, but from different cities. With no improving happen, you're not in the same rooms, you're not jamming these songs out. So, and like everything is very like orchestrated.
A lot of Zooms, go on. Yeah.
Well, I think that what we both like to do is just sort of we think about song structure and craft things like that. So how to we will map things out. Like here we've got a part. It's just a part. There could be a chorus. How should the chorus feel in opposition to this part, or should it complement it in some way, or whatever? So we would talk about things kind of more conceptually and map things out. Like, oh, there's going to be something here in this section. There's going to be something. So let's leave that there. And then we would,
there should be like harp or like a vibe or something playful happens.
Yeah.
Because we're
you need the structure.
Yeah.
In order to fill the space in. You need the boundaries.
And I think also maybe we get along. We hear things similarly. Like if this was, with my 11-year-old son, and I had to write an album with him in this process, I don't think it would be as exciting or fun.
Well, for people watching at home, these two are cousins. So they have some type of magical relationship. They have a family bond.
Uncles. It's not magic.
It's not magic, no. It's a chemical.
Yeah.
It's not magical.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear the next song that you're about to play. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
I took note. Your future lover to discover. Read your poems, prophetic stones. I know your secrets. You can't change what the ink says. You were born to be adored. I died a bit, buried on your sleeve. goes home. So sorry for the last time.
We are back with Lies. These two maniacs in the studio today. Let's talk about your debut record, Lies, released in March of this year. We have to talk about some real stuff, guys. We can't just be shit-talking all day.
Okay.
We touched a little bit on it in the last segment, talking about the synthetic sounds versus the organic sounds and blending it all together. And which brings me to my comment about the record, which is there is just like absolute genre anarchy going on.
Yeah.
And
Anarchy. No.
yeah. I read that Dave Gahan and Robert Smith and Robin were influences on the record, which made me cock my head. And then I listened and I was like, okay, I get it. So will you tell me a little bit more about pop music and where pop music lives in your musical brain and some of your poppier musical influences?
I'm going to defer to you.
Oh,
I was
yeah?
going to take the Depeche Mode reference. I mean, yeah, maybe. You might be a little more current than I am.
Oh no, I don't know. I love pop music. I mean I like to get into I like a lot of stuff, but I gotta say, like at the end of the day, like I'll just take a Phil Collins song. I don't know. I don't know why. That's something. It's like there's something really satisfying about a really well crafted song where you feel like you know where it's going and you just get comfortable, but then there's something that sort of like subverts your expectation in like the best way. And then, I don't know, I just love it. It's just, I don't know. It's like eating like a really good meal or something, like hearing a really good song. I don't know. I can't describe what it is. I don't know why I feel that way. I've always felt like that, you know?
It's a different kind of meal. Like, I feel like pop music is like a deep fried Twinkie. And then, like, I don't know, the music that you guys are doing is a little bit more refined, a little bit more, maybe has a Michelin star. Like, it's like a few courses.
I mean, that's what,
but
right,
both are
it's like,
good.
Yeah, you want to make it feel like you're, like, getting away with something. Like, oh, it's so catchy. It seems like it always existed.
Uh-huh.
You know, like
implied and
but
inherent.
also you want to be like, how the fuck did they do that? Like, yeah.
Well, you guys definitely accomplished that. It's your record's a head scratcher.
Thank you.
Yeah. Whoever wrote the lyrics on the record,
This guy.
will you please tell me a little bit about the lyrical content on the record and the headspace you were in when you wrote those lyrics?
I mean, I guess the same reference to like Depeche Mode and Cure. I always sort of thought music, what I looked for, it was sort of like some sort of maybe like sincere sadness, like, you know, more than I guess, you know, like not pop music.
Right.
We've had talks about the whole vibe generally. Like it was sort of clear at some point in the process, like I keep singing about maybe heavy shit in a way that I also don't need the music to be like totally referencing that, and he would bring like this like light element and make it like almost like it's like a little tongue-in-cheek, like it's aware of itself, you know, instead of just like living in heavy land. And
brings the yin to the yang.
Yin and yang. Yeah, so lyrically, like I just don't, I hope it's like I hope it's like not just generically heavy, but maybe like broaderly, like if you take any of the sentences, you're like, the goal is to be like, oh, it's actually, instead of being like, I miss you, you know, and everybody like Blink-182 can sing that. That's cool. I mean, I get it. It really misses somebody. Like it resonates with everybody. But I don't know if you maybe come up with something more specific or even more vague, makes it even more vague, and then everybody fills in the gaps with their brain. And yeah, that's the goal. Headspace. Maybe I was, you know, coming out of a divorce and COVID, and maybe I still am.
You needed to blow off some steam.
Maybe, yeah.
In the most lush orchestral way possible.
Well, that's why I think it's so fun. Like, yeah, like I said, like it's cool. Like we would reconvene after a few weeks of not, you know, the last band practice over Zoom, and then he'd be like, I added kazoo and I added, you know, these playful little like intermissions or whatever, like in the same song. I'm like, that's so cool. That's great. Because now I don't feel so fucking stupid singing this shit.
in terms of like genre anarchy, that's what I mean. Like all of the things going on compositionally and instrumentally with the instrumentation, and then like these like really dry vocals cutting through. There's no effects on them. It's like you're in your head.
Cool.
I mean, I listen to everything with headphones on. I'm a
headphone album for sure. Yeah.
I'm a total headphone person, which is why I was like, the genre anarchy in this record is like, I don't know. It's really cool, and it's really personal and authentic. And this isn't a question. This is supposed to be an interview, but I'm going to keep making comments. The songs that are like, I don't want to say diss tracks. They're not diss tracks. They're just kind of like, I've noticed like a theme in betrayal. And when those songs happen, the like left-hand piano, it's like very like sparse when it does happen. But for the grand piano on the deeper end of the scale, like it, for some reason, it always gives like betrayal. Like it's like that Fiona Apple archetype, and it only happens a couple of times on the record too. And I'm like, whenever it happens, especially when these like icy synths are happening and these like organic like instruments are cutting through.
You're just in our band practice. We're like, this, what if some low happens?
Yeah.
Right there? Yeah. And then we just like do it and we're like, lower. I mean, like, that's just the process. It's
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
No, it's true. Yeah, I totally see what you're saying. There is like a sort of like a bell toll or something that happens with when you get like it's a single low piano strike. I have so many low piano strike samples. Yeah. Just oh man. Oh no, I absolutely see what you're saying, and I'm glad that makes me happy that I came through and is like affecting you.
I mean, yeah, I love that stuff. But so not to keep talking and gushing about the instrumentation, who played the violin? Like, did you guys source that out? Did you have somebody come in and do that?
Let's see. I think that Ben Russell, who I met, so he's a violinist in New York and plays in a few quartets like Acme, and a couple others. But he's like, I just met him through a friend of a friend. There's like there's just like a scene of players in New York, and so he's really good, and he could record at home. So I would just send him these parts that, they had like 6 violin parts that were, and he would just track them out and layer them and do doubles of everything.
And you would compose them, and you would have him play them. Parts. Okay.
Yeah, so I'd like mock everything up on MIDI and kind of like, we get an idea.
I mean, we lived with like,
crazy.
the MIDI version of all these instruments for like until the 11th hour of sort of like, okay, we're recording, and we wanted to have like the actual real tracks for them to play along to, kind of, because it informs the performance, so once we finally tracked real drums and whatever, as much as we could real, we would get, I mean, the harp player, Nate would just like find.
That was so fun.
Cool.
I mean, just finding.
And there's some guest vocals too. There's some guest harmonies, like super cool.
Angel Durdurian, she sang on the track. Erin
Beautiful
Dyer,
voice.
an old friend of mine.
Freaking angelic.
Yeah, lots of that. I mean, this is what I really get into is like bringing others in, like hearing other people's voices on things and hearing how they play. And maybe I did too many albums of just me playing everything. I'm just like, oh God, there's no personality. It's just like it's mono personality or whatever. I guess I'm sensitive to. It's like looking in the mirror or whatever.
We were talking
about this.
The body dysmorphia. We're like, we have
you just get tired of it.
Yeah.
So you can so you have to. I mean, I love that. Hearing what other people can bring musically, hearing their voices and everything, like it's really it's like the funnest part. Really, like making the thing is like absolutely the funnest part. This part is fun too. I don't want to downplay how much fun I'm having right now. It's very fun. But
Fuck
there's
you guys.
no. This is no. And actually, and then no. I sorry. I'm rambling here.
Don't be sorry. Do not be sorry. Everybody at home is like going to be loving this. They're like, yes, please talk more.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying.
Okay.
No, this is the other side of it. When you present the project, really the discovery. We're discovering all these songs as they were happening. You're like, where does this one want to go? This one wants a bunch of strings. I don't know why. The song's asking for it. We gotta do it.
Yeah. You're at the mercy of the song.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the way to go.
And it shows. You guys, it's not like you were talking about this very like isolated solo feeling where you're looking in the mirror by yourself, and it does have this group feeling. You're honoring the songs, and it shows through. And the record's a shredder. Pick up a copy. People watching at home, support the band, and I know you have a lot of fans here in the studio today. It was a huge honor having you guys.
Oh, thanks.
And I can't wait to hear the last song that you guys are going to play whenever you're ready.
Cool.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Winter had a sister, her fate foretold. I loved her, I miss her, but I don't miss the cold. A frost behind every stair, a cross that I cannot bear. Must be summer somewhere. Winter had a sister, my last breath and name. She stole the whisper, haunts me till this day. Frost that I cannot bear, and a quiet cannot end anymore. Several times, but only in my mind. An affair, calamitous despair, a lust for summer somewhere.
Well, that wraps up our Audiotree session with Lies. Thanks again for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. I want to give a big thank you to all of the talented people behind the scenes who make this happen. The lighting and camera crew, the sound engineers, and to you guys, our viewers. Thank you so much for watching. The session you just heard is available right now wherever you stream music. So please stream it. Please support the band. Pick up a copy of their debut record, Lies. Follow them on social media and make sure you see them when they come into your city. From all of us here at the Audiotree studio, thanks for watching. See you next time.